Hi everyone, I'm the facial architect and I'm here today with my sister Kay, and the date is April 2020. So we are on lockdown undergoing COVID-19 coronavirus. However, I've got a Plasmapen over here, so I'm going to do some videoing so that you can all see exactly what Plasmapen does for you as far as skin tightening and also skin resurfacing. So Kay has volunteered her face to us today, and what we're going to do is we're going to do an upper and lower bleph on Kay to tighten the skin around her eyes, upper and lower. Her uppers she's not overly worried about anyway. However, we thought we'd just do the uppers and the lowers at the same time, but also resurface her whole entire face so that we can clean the skin up where it's been sun damaged from living in this Australian sun. And we'll also treat a few little lines across her upper lip area as well. So overall, what she'll find is that her skin will be brighter, it will be tighter, it will be smoother. And we'll also treat that very tiny little scar that she's got inside the eye. It's just raised up on one side, so we're just going to recess that down and just flatten it down. We're going to stimulate new baby collagen so that her skin will be more youthful and more tightened. So we're just about ready to go through and put the anaesthetic cream on, so follow us in. Okay, so what we're about to do now is we're going to start the anaesthetic process for the skin. So we're going to treat Kay's upper eyelids first, and so we're going to cleanse over the eyelid area. I'm going to cleanse over the rest of the face. She's already got clean skin, she's got no makeup on, but I'm just going to use the Louise Walsh cleansing tonic. So you want to use a cleansing product that has no alcohol in it on the skin. I'm just going to spray that onto cotton pads. Ideally it's best to use lint-free cotton pads because you don't want lint to be left over the skin. However, because we are in lockdown at the moment and it's hard to get supplies, we only have cotton wool available, so we're just making the most of that. So just make sure that you cleanse over the skin beautifully. Just wipe over the eyes. Make sure your client has no false eyelashes on. It's imperative that they take their false eyelashes off, otherwise you may catch them on fire. Also, make sure that your client does not have their contact lenses in, as you do not want to treat over the eyelid area if they have contact lenses in. And it's best that the client doesn't wear their contact lenses until the last carbon crust has fallen off the skin. And your client will not wear mascara or eye makeup or any makeup other than our tinted balm over the carbon crust throughout the healing process. So we're just applying the topical anaesthetic cream now. We're going to apply a BLT, which is a combination of benzocaine, lidocaine and tetracaine to the skin. Now, one of the common mistakes that people make when they are numbing the skin is that they don't put the numbing cream on thickly enough. So make sure you apply it nice and thick. And we always take it into the corner of the eye, even though with Plasmapen treatments we do not treat within 10 millimeters from the inside of the nose to the outside of the nose to the inside of the eye. And I'll apply it to the other side. And this product is going to stay on the skin for 20 to 30 minutes. Most people, it's 30 minutes. The beauty of our Plasmapen treatment is that we do a two-step numbing process, which ensures our clients are 100% numb. I'm going to leave that on for 30 minutes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the cling film on this eye and then remove the anaesthetic cream as well. You can see where the anaesthetic cream has been because it does make the skin slightly red. And just make sure that you get all of that anaesthetic cream off, and then we're going to lightly spray plasma gas over the skin and put a two-step numbing product onto the skin, which has lidocaine and epinephrine in it, so it vasoconstricts. So what we're doing is we're gently using an arc of plasma energy to just very, very gently exfoliate and descremate the skin surface. And then from here, we're going to apply two-step numbing product. Step 2 will ensure that your client's eyes are nice and numb, ready for the dot work that we're going to do to create the lift and pull on the skin. So now we're applying step 2, which has got lidocaine and epinephrine in it to vasoconstrict the skin, but to do a really nice freezing effect on the skin. And this stays on for 10 minutes. So what we've done now is I've just decided to put some more anaesthetic cream on Kay's lower face to do her plasma spray treatment that we're going to do. So the plasma spray facial or plasma peel facial. So I've just started to put numbing cream on that area just while I'm going to start doing the dot work on the upper eyelids. Once I've done the dot work on the upper eyelids, we will then apply more numbing cream over her forehead and underneath her eyes so that we can do the dot work under her eyes as well and start resurfacing her whole entire face. And as you start your dot work, you're now going to work either side of any significant lines in the skin. You're going to work dot works 1 millimeter apart on either side of the line, and then you're going to do box work back from there, applying the lift and pull dot in the middle so that it looks like a number 5 on a dice. That's going to give you the lift and pull effect. If you're wanting to lift out the lines, you must apply your dot work along the high point of the line, never inside the line. So as you can see on her upper eyelid before, she had areas where there were no dots, and that's because that's where her lines were, her creases were on her upper bleph. Now moving on to her spray facial, we're going to just very gently work in 10 millimeter sways and sprays back and forth with your plasma pen, ensuring that you're covering every aspect of the skin. Once the skin is treated with the arc of plasma gas, you will notice that the skin will start to appear to be red. It may look red and it may look white in certain parts, and that's okay. It depends on how the skin metabolizes the anesthetic, and because most anesthetics are vasoconstrictive on the blood vessels, some parts of the face may take longer for the skin color to come back. You will notice that you'll have a greater plume of gas emitted, or flame, carbon flame, especially when you come across vellus hair on the face. So you will be gently removing that vellus hair from the surface of the skin. This will not make the hair grow back any thicker or any darker. Work as quickly and precisely as you can to cover the whole entire face, never going back over the same path. You do need to be very mindful when you're doing this treatment, and it's best that your clients do not talk. When somebody talks or client talks, you'll find that their cheeks will move, their eyes will move. People get expressive when they talk. So when you're treating the face with Plasmapen, it is best that your client remains perfectly still, that they just drift off to another place in their mind and think of something nice. The treatment is painless. They may feel a little bit of twinging in the skin. They may also feel like it's traveling slightly. Therefore, you could be working around the eyes, but they may feel like you're treating the lower part of their face. And that's because the nerves will still be stimulated, but it won't be painful. When you're doing your spray facial, you come across areas of hyperpigmentation such as freckles or sun damage. I'm not talking about hormonal pigmentation. I would be very wary of doing a deep peel over hormonal pigmentation if the client was still presenting with an underlying hormonal situation. If you come across age spots or sunspots, just gently work over that area at a slightly slower pace. The pigment will come up more dark, and in this situation, I'm just allowing that pigment to be left there with the carbon crust over the top for it to flake off over the healing process. You will always use the 5 center point technique, 5 dots center point technique, when you want that lift and pull on the skin. So if the skin is skin that you can pinch and you can keep it it's crepey skin that when you pinch it stays stippled, that skin will shrink beautifully with Plasmapen. Plasma Spray or Resurfacing Facial is fantastic for evening out skin irregularities, for gently tightening the superficial layer of the skin, but the deep thermal action that it has on the skin will stimulate the dermis and promote collagen synthesis. The skin is going to peel over the next few days from the Plasma Spray Facial. The carbon crust will remain on the skin until the skin has completely knitted back together, until the matrix of the skin has strengthened and tightened and it's gone through its remodeling stage. Then the carbon crust will just pop off from the surface of the skin. Ensure your clients do not pick the scabs or pick the carbon crusts or pull or tug at any loose skin that may come away slightly from the skin. If the skin is picked off and pulled away before it is naturally ready to slough off from the skin, you will find that the client will end up pulling some good skin away and they will be left with a mark and a little indentation in the skin. Over the 3-month healing process, these dots or tiny little atrophic scars may heal and lift out from the skin. If they don't and the skin's slightly dipped or having slight depressions, then you need to think about how long you were holding your pulse on the skin. You were possibly holding it too long, or the client did not follow aftercare and they picked the scabs off before they naturally fell off. If you were to lightly respray that area, if it's been presented to you still pink with slight indentations, you could respray that area and that skin will most likely rejuvenate and heal to being perfectly smooth. The following day after a spray facial and after a Plasmapen treatment for lifting and tightening, the client's skin will appear a lot darker.